What is up, Eastern Oregon? This is Dodzy, and this is your sports show for Friday, May 21st, 2021. This is all on Eastern Oregon Alive, your connection to Eastern Oregon. And it's brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress, right here in town. Off of Adams on Elm, big red rocking chair. They're starting to get more and more stuff in their showroom, so go check it out. Northwest Furniture and Mattress, man. The Daggett family, they're part of the circle. Go see the website. I'll post the link. It's also right here. Check it out. And, support the people that support the show. I would appreciate it. As for sports, LHS softball dropped a heartbreaker yesterday to Henley. Great season, girls. I think the season's over. I'm not 100% sure. And then the boys, I believe they play today against Hidden Valley. And I think that they're calling it the state championship game. I don't know exactly how that's working. There's nothing on OSAA's website. So I think it's just the teams got together and said, hey, we're going to play a tournament and determine a state champion. But either way, heck of a season, and I'm proud of you guys killing it. You know what today is? Friday Dance. Go! I love Fridays, man. Fridays are my favorite. Thank God it's Friday. I'm not going to talk much about sports today because I have two interviews. They are both Cascade Collegiate Conference track and field athletes. My first guest, she kills it in the throws. Cove's own Maggie Ledbetter. Here it is. Today I'm joined by EOU track. She's a national qualifier. So actually I should say field, because she participates in the field events. She's a national qualifier in discus, in shot put, and in the hammer. She's EOU sophomore, Maggie Ledbetter. What's up?
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Awesome. So let's talk about what got you into track and field. Like what's the driving force behind Maggie Ledbetter and throwing objects around on a field?
Well, I actually started playing softball, and then I come from a super small school, so when they cut the program, I switched to track, and I just fell in love with the throwing events. I'm not a runner. I don't like running, and I just started discus in 7th grade, and then in high school, my senior year, I started shot put and kind of just fell in love with it. So that's kind of how I got started.
Do you have like an athlete or somebody that you emulate?
I love Ryan Krauser. He's an Olympic shot put thrower. He has won the gold medal, and he has the Olympic record for shot, and he's just an amazing inspiration, great person, great athlete, always helping younger athletes. So I just really admire him.
That's awesome. With the throwing events, obviously you pretty much have to be a gym rat, right? Like you got to be in the gym working out a lot. I mean, you got to be strong to throw a 8-pound ball 40 feet.
Yeah, definitely. We do a lot of heavy lifting. It's a lot of work on your body. I know when I transitioned from high school to 3 months of just not really lifting very much to college where you lift all year round, it was a hard transition. I put on a ton of muscle super fast and was like, holy cow, my body's tight. But it's part of the thing. It's part of throwing. You just got to be strong. You got to keep those muscles explosive, and lifting helps a ton. It really does.
So I was a pitcher in college. I pitched here in LeGrand and then in college as well. And I mean, I can't imagine it being much different. Like obviously the most important thing for a pitcher is the core. Like, and I would imagine that's the same thing for you. Like your core is what generates all your power.
Yeah, for sure. That core is super important, especially when you're getting that separation, when you're holding your upper body back from your lower body, and then you got to explode out of it. The core is important, and the legs are a huge part too. A lot of times, if you don't have your legs under you, you're not going to get a good mark. So that's pretty
Yeah,
big.
I have little skinny chicken legs for somebody my size. I don't know. I don't know if we've ever met in real life, but I'm 6'5", like 330 pounds. I'm not a small dude, and my legs look like they should be on like a 250 pounder. But then again, I was 250 pounds when I was in college. You know what I mean? Like a
Yeah.
little, life is just. But I'm on the Metrim diet right now, and I've lost like 35 pounds. I weighed today, so 35
Oh, wow.
pounds in 7 weeks. Yeah, killing
Congrats.
it. So for your your EOU track experience, how'd you end up there? Like, obviously you're from Cove, you're a local girl, but like tell me a little bit about the recruiting process.
So actually, Dirk Bortz, my head throws coach, he was my teacher, my math teacher in high school. And I went up to him my freshman year of high school and I said, Dirk, what do I need to throw in discus to get to the college level? And he told me 130 feet. And by my senior year, I PR'd exactly 130 feet. And then I reached out to Ben, and Ben emailed me and just mailed me my letter of intent because I wanted to stay close to home. I have siblings, didn't want to leave them. And so it kind of just worked out really well with Dirk being my teacher.
So you have younger siblings?
Yeah, I have 3 younger siblings.
Oh wow, are you the oldest?
I am.
Me too. I have 3 younger siblings and I'm the oldest. Yeah, that's crazy. I like being the oldest. There's a lot of advantages to being the oldest.
I do
A
too.
lot. There's
Yes.
also disadvantages. I mean, our parents trained on us essentially, but
For
at the
sure.
same time, like we have that, that mental edge over our siblings. I love it.
Yes. Yeah.
So with track and field, do you have aspirations to do anything after EOU, or like do you want to stay involved? Do you want to coach? Do you want to try to make is there Olympic dreams? Obviously, I would hope.
I mean, it's never off the table. If I ended up throwing really good, I'd definitely try, but I really want to coach. I love coaching. I love throwing and I love the technique aspects of it. So I would love to help like younger kids, even high school or college. I wouldn't care where. I just love it. And I want to be an English teacher, so like coaching would work really well with my schedule. So that's definitely in the books.
Gosh, in English, this is the second person in a row that I've interviewed that wants to be. So the previous one wants to be an English professor and write books, and that's the worst subject on the planet to me. Like one of the things that I always frustrated me in school is like, what does it matter where the comma is? It's like, I know where they go. I went to college. I know where commas go, but like really, like if you put something in front of me without punctuation, I can still read it. Our minds are trained to read that way. You know what I mean? Like, so I've always been like one of those dudes where I'm a math guy because there's always an answer. You know what I mean? Like there's, and you take an equation, you plug something in, you get an answer. Yeah. English is like, it's so arbitrary to me. Like writers can write whatever they want. And so I've always struggled with English, but to each their own.
Yeah.
So are you going to school right now to is that your major, English? Yeah,
I'm working towards my bachelor's in English writing, and then I'm gonna do the master's program here at EOU to get my master's in education.
Yeah, to keep doing track too. I mean, because we're gonna find every athlete is gonna have to do pretty much. I mean, unless there's gonna be certain cases, but a lot of athletes are gonna have to do some sort of postgraduate program in order to stay involved in athletics, whether it's that super senior thing or a master's program because of coronavirus.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of eligibility still left out there. So
yeah, it's crazy, huh? Like you got kids that a prime example. You know who Andrew Peasley is, right? Quarterback from LeGrand.
Yeah,
goes to Utah State. He's a freshman eligibility wise.
Wow.
This year,
I'm pretty sure he's older than me or the same class.
Yeah, I think he was 2017 or 2018, and he's a freshman in college, and you're a sophomore. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's really crazy to me. Do you have your phone with you?
I do.
Grab it. What's the last song on your playlist?
Um,
You look like
Whis-
either country or heavy metal kind of girl. One or the
Whiskey
other.
Glasses by Morgan Wallen.
That's a good song. That's a
Yeah.
good song. I love all kinds of music. I love hip hop. I love old soul music. I was listening to Gladys Knight when you came in here, actually. So with EOU track and field, you have a specific coach that coaches just throws, right?
Yeah, Dirk Bortz.
And with this year, did you not like, because Bennett works in here, Ben's son works with me, and it seems like you guys didn't really get a lot of time with any of the other teammates, like from what I gather, because of coronavirus.
Well, yeah, usually we practice at such a different time because Dirk teaches in Elgin. So like we have to work around his schedule. So we usually don't practice with the team anyway, but this year there's like definitely a bigger separation just because, we're practicing from like 4 to 6, sometimes even 7, and the rest of the team gets done at 3. So we just don't see them. And at the meets we get to, but we're still kind of like the throws area is kind of secluded. So it's just there's definitely a separation between throws and the rest of the team that usually we have to like, go out and try to connect and fix that block. But
with coronavirus, tell me a little bit about how that affected your year. Like, not just athletically, because it does affect athletically too. I mean, it affects when you're practicing, the amount, but mental health wise too. Like, talk about that a little bit.
I definitely struggled. My just with track too, my numbers showed it. I struggled a ton. I started off throwing what I was throwing in high school in discus, and I just started off super low from what I previously has been throwing, and that really took a toll on me. And just like I stay home all day besides practice just because all my classes are online. So you just don't get that human interaction, and then you're just sitting there by yourself and you're wondering, wow, like this is not how it should be. This is not how school should be, college should go, or even how track should go. So it took me a long time to break past that mental block I created for myself, especially with throwing. It was like, I have to figure out how to throw again. I have to figure out how to compete again because we haven't competed in so long. And I know a lot of other athletes experience that too. But for me, as an athlete, I thrive on repetition and on getting those reps in, on working on like my competitive mind. And I just did not have that. So I really struggled.
Yeah. And like you said, the social aspect, like I don't know if everybody understands that athletics are super social.
Mm-hmm.
They really are. Like it was like the biggest part of my social life probably when I was in college, and that just gets stripped away, and it's just makes this weird dynamic, like the baseball team had guys on it that hardly knew each other, like because they were practicing in small groups, and like a baseball team with dudes that hardly know each other, like that's really uncommon.
Yeah, that's going to be hard.
Yeah. And it's got to be the same for, track and field athletes. Even though you don't practice together all the time, you still rely on that social interaction and that pump you up, like.
Yeah, for sure.
You rely on your teammates for that. And
yeah,
it's
at conference,
hard.
we had each other, we had each other cheering for each other, and our marks showed it. When you have your whole team behind you, you get that adrenaline rush that you don't have all the time. And at the meets, we didn't really experience that until conference. So it was cool to finally get that at conference.
Well, in conference, you didn't have any fans there either. I mean, so your teammates have to pick that slack up. There's no other people to do it. I mean, I guess you could pipe some crowd noise in through a microphone, but that ain't the same.
No.
So moving forward, you'll be a junior next year, but let's not skip too far. What's your goals at nationals? Let's just nail it right now.
So, I'm going in I want an All-American in discus and shot put for sure. I'm ranked lower in hammer, so I'm just going to go in and try to PR, just like compete how I know how to. And that event's just kind of going to set me for the rest of the week because that's the first event. So if I can get a big PR in hammer and then go into shot put and discus with my goals in mind, I want to hit 14 meters in shot put. That would be the school record for EOU, and it would also pretty much almost guarantee me a spot in the All-American, the top 8. And then in discus, I'm going back with a flame because my freshman year, I definitely choked at nationals. I let the competition get in my head, and I'm going back there to do some work. I want an All-American in discus, so that's my goal.
You have the school record in discus, right now?
Yes, I do.
How close are you to the top national marks?
Right now, I'm sitting 10th with my 147, but my PR would put me like in the top 5, I think.
Oh, it would. Good. So top 8 is All American, right?
Yes, yes.
Well, and I would hope your goal is national champion. I mean,
I would love that.
yeah, I mean,
That would be amazing.
I always say this story to athletes, and I love it because it relates to what we do. Like I'm an athlete at heart. Like I'm a competitor. Everything is competition to me, including my job, my job, everything. I always say, like, people don't climb Mount Everest to get to the halfway point. They climb Mount Everest to sign that book at top. And they risk their life for that. I mean, they put everything on the line. And I always say to people that say, oh, well, I just want to do good. It's like, no, you can't have that mindset, or you're not going to compete at a top level. You have to say, I'm going to bring that #1 trophy home.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely, if my goal is by the end of this year to hopefully break my own school record in discus, because I feel like I can. I threw 4 feet off of it at conference, and it didn't really feel too good, that throw. So if I could do that at nationals, that's my top goal. And then the same with shot put. I'm really close to the school record, and I just want to get that. I want it really bad. So
yeah. Do you like pineapple on pizza?
No.
No, me neither. Yuck. What's your favorite food? Like, if you're fueling, like if you're in like a heavy lifting time, like if you're trying to put on muscle, what's your favorite food for that?
Probably chicken Alfredo. I'm a pasta
dude,
person.
I love that kind of stuff too, man. I haven't had real food in 7 weeks.
Oh, wow.
On this Metrum diet. So it's been like every time I see food, I'm like, because I love pasta, I love bread, I love steak. I love food, period. I love cooking, and it always makes it like I always ask everybody, like, what's your favorite food? Because I want to know. Like, some people will say, well, I like smoothies. I'm like, that's not food. Get out of here with that. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
With EOU track and field, so you have Ben, you have Rebecca, you have your throw coach Dirk. There's 5 coaches altogether?
Yeah, we have Bob, the vault coach, Dirk, our throws coach, Rebecca, Ben, and then Joe is the javelin coach.
Oh, and then what's his face helps out, right? What's his name? Come on, Mamacita's. You know who I'm talking about. He was a track athlete. He helps the lacrosse team with weightlifting. Connor.
Oh, Connor. Yeah, Connor.
Yeah,
he's our
Connor
grad.
Helps. Yeah, grad assistant, right? So you possibly want to coach moving forward. You want to teach English. Do you want to stay around here?
Definitely. Yeah, my siblings and my family are a big part of everything I do, so I don't want to leave them.
You're an Eastern Oregon girl. Were you born? You were born right here, huh?
Yep, I was born in LeGrand, and I was raised in LeGrand and Elgin and Cove, so it's my home.
Nice. Did you ever go to school here in LeGrand?
No. Well, yes, I went first grade, and then I moved to Elgin until my sophomore year of high school, and then I went to Cove.
Oh, nice. And your mom's a teacher or just a coach?
She's a teacher in Elgin.
Oh, so you want to just follow in mom's footsteps?
Kind of, yeah.
I get it. I get it 100%. So I'll ask you a couple more questions and then I'll get you out of here. Would you rather be stuck on an island with somebody that talks all the time, or by yourself? And this is forever. Like, this isn't just a short amount of time. This is like, either you get the person that talks all the time, or you're going to be there by yourself forever.
Talks all the time.
Yeah, me too. You can shut them up if you have to. You could smack them in the mouth or tape them up, or you'd go crazy. You'd be like Tom Hanks in that movie talking to a volleyball, and that would not be good.
No.
So last question, and so what you're going to do is, I'm a senior in high school. Okay. Your coach, Dirk or Ben or whoever, puts me in front of you and says, Maggie, recruit Dodsey to come throw at EOU. Floor's yours.
First off, education-wise, EOU, the classes are super small, and if you are into that one-on-one time, that professor relationship, you're going to want EOU. The professors are great. The classes are great. The people are great. The community is amazing. If you're a thrower, we just got some new implements. We have this awesome facility that every athlete loves to throw at. We actually are one of the two teams in conference that actually has a track and a throws facility. So if you want to come here, it's perfect for that. Our coach gets to know his athletes. Dirk is super good at knowing your nicks and knowing what you need as an athlete, as a thrower, and being able to separate that where he coaches differently for each one of us. He is really good on building that relationship and getting to know his athletes and getting them to compete at the best they can. So if you're looking at EOU, this is a place to come.
Awesome. One quick little question before we go. Do you have a nickname?
A lot of people call me Mags.
Mags?
Mm-hmm.
Eastern Oregon. She's the lovely Maggie Ledbetter, EOU track and field, school record holder in the discus. Probably more records to come. I'm Dodsey. I appreciate you, Maggie. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Maggie. That was awesome. I appreciate you. I'm going to be following you for sure. Let's just jump right into the next interview. And she's another conference champion in the long jump and placed in both of the other jumps. She's EOU track and field's Ebony Wilson. Check it out. Ebony, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm excellent. So Ebony is a member of EOU track and field, and this past weekend was the CCC conference championships. And what'd you do? You took first in the long jump,
Mm-hmm.
and then second in the triple jump,
And third in the 4x1.
Wow. In the 4x100, what leg do you run on the 4x1?
I'm third leg.
Third leg.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say like number 1 and number 4 are like the two hardest, but I've paid attention to track, and when you get that baton when you're running that third spot, that's a crucial spot in my eyes, because you can either set that 4-person up to coast, or you can set that 4-person up to struggle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about track. You're from Hermiston.
Yeah.
And how'd you end up at EOU, like running track at EOU?
They gave me an opportunity to have a scholarship here, and it was a blessing in disguise, because I thought I was done with track in high school. Like after state was ended, conference was great, but districts, but after high school, I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, I don't think I'm good enough to actually be in college, because I was thinking about NCAA instead of other like D3, D2, or
Absolutely
NAIA. So I always thought like they're way too fast for me. I'm over here running 13s and 27s, and they're just blowing me out of the water. I'm like, I can't do that. So I was not thinking about like college at all. I was thinking about community college, get my AA done, and then go to another university to get my other, studies done, and just go out my way, live my little life. But yeah,
Oh yeah, go ahead. I was going to ask you, who recruited you?
Oh, Ben did. I talked to my high school coach about it, and he's like, no, you got to do something about, you're way too good to just not do it anymore. So I was like, okay. So Ben saw my district track meet. I PR'd, and I went to a state track meet, and he came to see me again. And I was like, oh, he actually might like me. And then there was history.
And then you ended up being a Mountie.
Yeah.
Track and field people always talk about PR, right? Personal record, or and that's a term I think we should use in everyday life. Wouldn't that be cool? Like, like, dude, today I PR'd at this. It could be something simple, like, I wake up every morning and I talk to God, right? And I say, hey, here's the things that I'm grateful for today. I'm going to need your help. Well, I would like us to use that word PR for everything. Like I could say, oh, I PR'd with my gratitude list today with God. You know what I mean? Like I don't, and it's not, I'm not like trying to bring God into it or anything, but it's that word, that PR, like personal record, like it should be used more often outside of track. So track and field wise, when you were in high school, were you just a runner? Or did you do the jumps too?
No, I did jumps. I started triple jump my junior year at high school, so I was really late. But I've done long jump since I was like 5 years old, like in youth track. And
That's your
all
favorite long jump? Is that your favorite out of all of them? Yeah.
And it's 200 is my second, and then the 100 is my least
200.
split.
That's another tough race, man. That's like
Yeah,
one of those in betweeners. Like it's weird. It's still considered a sprint, but it's a long sprint.
yeah, for sure.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
Oh, so you got pretty good
Yeah.
height. Not horrible. I mean, jumpers are generally tall. You know, like fairly tall. What are you going to school for?
I'm going to be majoring in anthropology/sociology, and then I'm going to be minoring in communications.
Okay, so tell me what that ties into. Like what career choice is that gonna set you up for?
I actually have like a lot like lined up. I've been on like Handshake and LinkedIn for a long time, so I've been somewhat networking throughout literally everything. So it really helped me out. I think the most that they're looking for is like counseling, or you can go international and like become a teacher. If I do a master's in like education, I can be like a teacher around the world, because that's the first thing I wanted to do was travel. And since this pandemic happened, I'm like, I'm just gonna wait a couple years for that, because I don't want to go right now.
Yeah, it would be a complete hassle for one thing. I mean, it would just be. So the anthropology part, though, what is that? How does that tie into all this?
It's like it's not a double major. It's just like connected. So
You want to teach anthropology one day?
Maybe. It's a very like specific
Major,
unit. Yeah, it's something else compared to like anything else that I've studied. It's really interesting. It's not just like being like a paleontologist or anything, and not just bones and stuff. It's like things before that and how they grow and the cycle.
It's a whole process basically
Yeah.
of so the future for you is pretty much up in the air right now. I mean, like when it comes to what you want to do, you're just going to set yourself up for a few different options.
Yeah. It's still
that's smart. That's smart. Like a lot of people don't realize, like when you're going to college, that you don't have to just focus on one thing. Like, you know, people say, oh, well, I want to be a massage therapist, or I want to be in sports pathology or whatever, you know. It's like, you know, like in college, you can pick a couple different things and find your way there. I did it. I mean, although I've never used any of my college education in a job, which is weird, but at the same,
you got it done though.
Yeah. So what about other sports in high school? Did you play anything else?
I played volleyball.
You played volleyball?
I did basketball a little bit in 8th grade, and then I was like, I can't. My mom loves basketball, and she was kind of forcing me to like it, but I was like, no, this is not my calling, Mom.
You're not a basketball girl.
I really tried, but no.
What sport do you like to watch? If you're going to watch something, like, do you like watching any sports?
Track, of course, but I really love watching volleyball because how intense it is, and you can tell like who's going to be winning, who's going to be losing in the middle of the sets, because their emotions switch. Like some of them are like more negative, and you can tell like, oh, they're going to be struggling. But if they have like a high positive like vibe to them, they're going to be like, okay, I think they're going to win.
That's why the EOU volleyball team wins so much.
Yeah, they have awesome like positive vibes too.
Oh, seriously, I love watching them.
Shout out to them! Woo!
Yeah, they're one of my favorite teams up there. Like seriously, like they just have that. It's a next level especially in a corona, like during now with COVID and not having fans. So let's just jump right into that. This year, obviously way different than any other year athletically, academically as well. Tell me a little bit about how that's affected like you athletics wise. So like, not having fans and then tell me a little bit about like the mental health part of it too, because that's really important.
I know before like COVID happened, I used to go home every other week, something like that, just to like hang out with my family and like, if somebody was sick, I would take care of them. If somebody was like having a birthday, I'll drive down one day and then come back or something like that. But without them, it's just completely different. It's like another world. Like I actually am living alone now. Now, since I have an apartment instead of living in the dorms, it's just like completely different now. But my mental health was like a roller coaster. At first, I hated it. I cried all the freaking time. It was really bad. But then afterwards, I started talking to people, started hanging out with people, not too much, like socially distanced, but in calling on the phone. We have like, my family has like a family get together that we FaceTime each other, and they meet in the little, like my dad's man cave, and they meet in there like every Friday at 7:00. So that really helped me.
Yeah, I'm sure. I couldn't imagine being a college age person during this pandemic, just for the simple fact that the social aspect of college was highly removed. I mean, like there wasn't, you guys were isolated and like not being able to leave the county sometimes, and just, all the rules and regulations. And I say this all the time, like 18 to 22-year-olds aren't the best at following rules, but you guys killed it. You guys really did. Like, and I'm talking across the board, EOU. Like, I mean, I know there was some hiccups and whatever, but all in all, the athletes of it, EOU, you guys killed it, man. Like, really, you kept each other safe, and our numbers at EOU for a state school were quite a bit lower than any other state schools across the country, and that's awesome. That's a big ups to you guys. Do you have your phone with you?
Yeah.
Okay, grab it. What's the last song on your playlist?
Oh no. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm diving in. What, you looked at me like you thought I was going to ask you to like read me your last DM or something. Like, no, I would never do that.
Oh man, no, it's "Oh How Happy" by the Jackson 5.
Oh, good song, very good song. So as for like when we move forward with track and field next year, what are your goals?
My goals.
Yeah.
Get through the year without any type of stress, like major stress, like, because I am a very big empathetic ball of just emotion, and I take that with me and it stresses me out. So whenever I get through something or about to go through something and it feels really hard and like I don't think I can do this mess, like the stress just needs to go away, and I need to like transform my stress into my worth ethic, because when I'm focused in the zone and not really trying to think about it, I do my best work on the track. So like, showing my emotions where it actually should be, instead of like in my head and like stressing me out and stuff.
I suffer from some of the same issues, like just that I'm a people pleaser, and I'm slowly learning that I don't need to be. You know what I mean? I need to just let go and not try to control my environment. That's the other thing I do. I control my environment. I try to control my environment because I feel like it makes me safe.
Yeah.
When in reality, it makes things harder. And I'm slowly learning that. I'm 41 years old, and I'm just starting to pick up on that. It's crazy. I would hope one of your goals would be to qualify for nationals too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
that goes without being said.
yeah, number one in my head.
Good for
And
you.
I'm very close without even
so close.
Yeah.
I didn't know how it worked for sure. I didn't know if CCC champions automatically qualify or if you still have to hit the mark. Which
Yeah.
I mean, in what'd you say? You were like 3 centimeters away in one, and like a couple centimeters away in the other.
Yeah.
Like that's not very far. Do you get wind penalties in jumping?
Yeah. I think it's over
A certain
2 or
mile per hour.
0.4. Yeah.
And was there any wind involved this last weekend?
Not a lot to make a difference or anything. There was some like gusts of wind, but that's a grand in itself.
All the time, huh?
Yeah.
It comes off the mountains and just blows. So after school, where do you want to go? Like, where do you want to live? Like, you want to travel, but when you settle down, where do you want to settle down?
I want to go to like New Braunfels, Texas. It's right by San Antonio and San Marcos. It's like in that little valley.
Why you want to go there?
It's my dad's like hometown, and we have like a lot of family close to there. From there to Houston is about 3 hours, and I pretty much know the way. I just don't know if they have extra tolls or not, because I'm trying to avoid those as much as possible. But
you seem like you're really family oriented.
Oh yeah,
like,
I love
on
them.
your social media. You're always posting pictures of your family, and that's huge for so there. You can either take it one or two ways when you're a college kid. You can disconnect or you can stay involved, and the people that stay involved usually seem with their family. They seem to end up in a lot better place in the long run.
Yeah, I know that they have my back, so I feel more.
What's your favorite kind of food?
My mom's barbecue.
Barbecue?
Yeah.
Like chicken? What?
Brisket and ribs.
Your mother makes brisket?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Heaven.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh man. You know, Texas, it's hot in Texas. You know that, right?
Oh yeah. We go there like every summer. So to see like a family reunion every 4th of July is really fun.
All right, I'm going to ask you a little bit harder of a question. You ready?
Okay.
All right. If somebody was going to write a book about you, no, let's change that. If they were going to make a Hollywood movie about you, like so far in your life, who would play you, and what would the title of the movie be?
Oh God. I don't know.
Who would play Ebony Wilson in a movie about Ebony Wilson?
Ryan Destiny.
Yeah? And then what would the title of the movie be? You can take your time. I can cut this out. It'll make it look like you didn't take your time.
Okay. I would say Black Girl Magic.
Black Girl
Track
Magic?
Edition.
The track edition? Nice. I like it. Okay, so let me ask you one more question, and then I'm going to get you out of here.
Okay.
I ask everybody this same question. Pretend like I'm a senior in high school. Dodsey, I'm a senior in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Rebecca sits me down in front of you, or Ben or whoever, and says, recruit Dodsey. Help me recruit Dodsey to come run track at EOU. What are you going to tell me? Floor's yours.
Okay. So, what's up? I'm Ebony, and this is EOU. It's really cool over here. You'll find a lot of interesting and different people that you don't normally see. And sometimes you'll find people that act just like you. You guys can be friends, all that good stuff. The outdoors is beautiful here. It's a very country vibe to it, and I really like it. It's very serene sometimes. The weather is a little bit extreme, but we're tough and we can take that. And yeah, you're just gonna have a lot of fun, a lot of new experiences that you probably never heard or even experienced before. So have fun. Yeah.
Nice. Eastern Oregon, she's EOU track and field senior / junior eligibility wise. The lovely Ebony Wilson. I'm Dodsey. I appreciate you, Ebony. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, ladies. Man, Ebony, Maggie, you guys are awesome. I'm going to be following you. Good luck in your careers. Maggie, let's tear it up at Nationals. Let's go. Mount up. None of this is possible without Northwest Furniture and Mattress. Big red rocking chair on Elm. You can't miss it. They're starting to get more and more stuff. I mean, like I said before, their social media is starting to post more stuff that they're getting into their showroom. With coronavirus, it's been really hard for Sean and his dad to get stuff into that showroom. So when they get the stuff in, go check it out because it's not going to last long. Northwest Furniture and Mattress right here off Adams on Elm, big red rocking chair in LeGrand. Tune into all of our different stuff. Megan Demersion's killing it on her nightly news roundup. It's amazing. Gabe the Weather Kid is killing it. I mean, everybody here is killing it, and I could not be prouder of these guys, man. I'm serious. Follow EOAlive, like, share, do all that mumbo jumbo, and you'll see this flow of information that is starting to take place. And it's all right here on EOAlive TV. Your connection to Eastern Oregon. Eastern Oregon, I appreciate you. I'm Dodsey, and I'm out.